everybody. In this video I want to share with you some footage that I took at a recent class. So one of the things that I always try and do is I try and make the training as interesting as possible for the students. And I like to teach in a principle-based way. So this means always kind of referring them back to core ideas, irrespective of how we're expressing those core ideas at that particular moment. So on this particular day, one of the things we've been working on is making sure that the body weight is moving in the same direction as a strike. We've also been working on a few various gripping skills, and we've also done a little bit of bunkai from the kata as well. So what I did was I kind of blended all that together in a series of little drills, just so that, again, it makes it a nice bit of variety for them, makes it fun to practice the things in a different context, and because it's important to practice these things in different contexts so they realise that, again, that the kata, the drills, everything that we do is essentially aimed to internalise combative habits so they can be given free expression in the ever-changing world of combat. So this is one of the drills that we did. Once again that we've done this one, along with everything else we've done that now, we then begin the sparring practice where they can kind of give it free rein in there as well. So I hope you enjoy this drill interesting, and I particularly hope you can see what it is that I'm trying to achieve in combining a lot of different elements together in a way that I hope the students will find interesting. It's a repetition by stealth thing. You know, if you get them to do the same thing over and over, students get bored. But if you can get them to do the same thing over and over in different ways, they don't get so bored. And of course, it's really good for them to see these principles being expressed in different ways. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this this bit of footage from my dojo. Start there, and with both pads there and held at about 45-degree angle. Right, so you stand to the side, not fully to the side, but like maybe 45 degrees. He said, okay, and then with his back arm, I just want you to practice coming there. So it's not an uppercut, it's not a hook, it's somewhere between the two. Right? But the idea is you're sliding off line. All of this will make sense before the night's over, I promise, right? But just for now, I just want you to angle that 45-degree angle, boom, here. And as we talked about earlier, it's the same idea, is that the hip needs to go slightly ahead of the hand if we're looking for this massive power shot. And so we want them there, and the hip should go in the same direction as the hand. So the hip itself is going up and forwards, it's following that line. He said, okay, then I get that stretch in the chest from here. Get the idea? Just throw a few of those on each side, and then that sets up for what we're going to do in a moment. He said, alright, last bit then we're going to do some grading ones. So same thing again, Tim's got the handle there. You can see how he's got that one on the bottom, the one that on the bottom. Didn't really matter before, it just mattered for this next bit. So the idea is there, I'm slightly angled off, it's coming in and up at 45 degrees. What I then want to do is slap that one down, and he's going to put it here, and a straight palm heel over the top. Is that okay? So, because we'll be doing it from a grapple later. So again, same idea with the hip here, take this one down, and again, same there, as you're moving for that second one. He says, so on the first one, you'll have the arm up for now, and the second one, I want the arm down, because you're clearing the limb over the top. He said, okay, the idea of doing this, so you've got a clean path to the target, better than having it up in the guard, right? So again, same idea. Get the idea? He said, okay, so it's not too dissimilar from like a knife hand style trapper, right? Okay, quick on that one, then we'll move on. So we'll just go from this kind of like grip position. So we've talked about before, you know, you want to keep that elbow low so it limits my striking opportunities. You get a semi-decent body shot, but it's hard to get a decent head shot in. But if you do that, you might be lucky enough to cause this flinch. He said, okay, so we kind of lift their elbow to try and stop it. When they get that, as we practiced a couple of weeks ago, you can prop that and then make your head dip underneath in a U shape. So you end up here. Right? Can everyone just revise that because I don't want to do a variant on it? He said, okay, so he's got that on the back of the neck, you know, you fight away, do what you do, and you throw that shot, you realise he's lifted his arm. Dead quick, I want you to go to here. Is it okay to do that first, just to revise that a little bit? Is that alright? Right, and so, if Tim's tied that arm off, you know, so which you should do, right? You should grip it. So even if I get rid of that arm's still there, right? So, you know, if you bring it back, you see that you're going to be dribbling with it, catching it back. But on this one, what I want you to assume is that he's abandoned that arm and he's thrown his own shot. So what you're going to do is stop it. Right? So you've got his arm pushed out there, so it's like blocking it at source thing, you've reached out for it. You're then going to go with your same shot, he's going to do that, the same kind of idea, he's going to flinch it. I want you to jump around from there, and remember that punch we did earlier? That's what I want you doing here. Right, so bring around side to side there. Having got that again, you're going to pull this arm down and smash over the top with the second shot. Is that okay? So then that's why it's at an angle too, so we're disengaging, right? So if he's got this arm tied off, I can't really do it. But again, if I've got this one and he's throwing shots, and I've got somewhere tethered in this direction, throw my own shot at that point, then here, boom, so that's why we want it coming up at an angle. See, I've got control of his arm there, then I'm going to pull it down, bang, smash over the top with the next shot. I'm not quite finished with him yet, but it's a start. And as I've mentioned to some of you, the bit I really want you to practice, you know, it is this bit. Well, this bit's a bit more fun, right? You know, just to kind of, you know, punch people at the end of it. Okay, give that a shot and then we'll have the final bit on, and then you've got a little drill. So, you know, all we're really after is that this pass, you know, but I'm just putting it in the context to make it hopefully a little bit more interesting and enjoyable. And remind you as well, sometimes when people start grappling, they forget about striking, right? You know, it's your grappling skills that enable you to throw the shots at close range, and the close range stuff opens up the grappling. It's all integrated. The only time you see them completely separate is in sport. You know what I mean? Where we want to find out who's the best grappler or the best puncher or the best kicker, you know, but in actual combat, it all blends together. Right, so if again, same kind of thing, if you started throwing those shots from there, I've thrown one of my own and I realise this is happening. As we talked about, like, as you move, you want to, it's a sneaky shot really, it's bang, as I move off. Is that okay? So the hand is still fairly high, and I'm throwing it, and then a split second later, I've got that second one in. Is that alright? Now, of course, what Tim's going to do from there is he's instantly going to start and right his angle to land that shot. You know, and once you've got an advantage, you don't want to relinquish that advantage, right? So I've managed to get this kind of one here with this bang, bang, and I've still got hold of this arm, right? So if you think of the pin and arm bar, right, if he starts to come up from there, again, take that. Is it okay? So I'm not using the arm bar as a snap or a submission or anything like that. It's just to buy me a moment to land another shot so he can't right himself. So he's swinging his shots, and I'll manage to stop this one. I'll put my arm to 30 as I do that. Here. Again, if he starts to right, and if you didn't, just whack him. Swings that shot from there, again underneath, bang, bang. If he starts to right from it, that's what I'm looking for. Is that little pop, so I've got this boom, boom, and then I can escape from it. Is that okay? So it's just, and you know it's good, right? So I'll just walk it through again. So I'm there, push, smash, smash, just there. Because your hand's already on his elbow. So you just got to get his hand back to there. Sink that weight up a little bit, pop. Is that okay? That's all I'm looking for. And then again, that opens him up and keeps him on balance for something a bit more substantial. Is that alright? It's just buying you a moment, that's all. Okay, just have a little go with that then, please. Then we'll take it to the spar and you can have a play with it properly. Right, so you pin on your hand, you've got this arm down at 45 degrees, and then you've got stepping through the punch, right? So we're doing it in a very formal way, right? Now you might when you first learn it, arms across, get to there, I'm moving at 45 degrees, to one, take his arm out of his line, which weakens it, to move me away from that backhand so I'm not aligned with it, and then, you know, and also to help the stance drop to give me that position, right? And then I step through the punch. Okay, so that's it, as it, you know, appears in the camera. Take it, and of course you can do that from any position, including this one. So we were there, I've thrown my shot, I've got my sneaky shot in this position, which isn't too dissimilar to some of the stuff we've seen in Showdown, is it? Palm down to get that hit, and all I'm looking for here is that little pop, but I should angle the same way I did before. Because if I turn that back foot, that naturally brings this arm back with no muscular effort from me, and it naturally brings that one forward. Is that okay? So not only am I moving away from that hand, but that body movement's going to help me get the power into it. So again, we're here and fighting doing our thing. I've done that shot, get bang from here, bang there. Then if you watch, I'm not doing it with muscle. Just go back that point there, Tim, if that's all right. So again, I'm not doing it with muscle from here. Again, the back foot just moves. Is that okay? So it's that gives me, and then again, he's got to right himself in a split second, but I've got the option there to drop some stuff in before I move away. Is that all right? So just try when you've got that arm bar. Think back to your core bullseye again from there. Boom, 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 and then move. Is that okay? Okay, just do that.